County judge canceled court for the day in the ongoing YSL racketeering trial as she considers declaring a mistrial. This comes after another misstep in court yesterday by prosecutors. Fox 5's Eric Perry is live outside the Fulton County Courthouse with the latest on this case. Eric.
Yeah, this case for the past 10, 11 months here. So while Superior Court Judge Paige Whitaker considers a mistrial in this case, I'm told defense attorneys here are possibly talking with District Attorney Bonnie Willis for potential plea deals.
What I'm trying to do is fix your sloppiness.
A seemingly annoyed judge as the drama in the YSL case continues.
Now the jury has repeatedly heard about Mr. Nichols being in jail, being in prison, and you cannot unring that bell. We would ask for a mistrial.
These were the moments Wednesday from defense attorneys after one of the defendants on the stand said a name that the jury was not supposed to hear. Judge Paige Whitaker says she is weighing the motion to declare a mistrial without prejudice, which means the state could retry the case.
So that everybody won't have wasted, 10, 12 months of their lives in this trial.
We're at a dramatic inflection point, and I personally believe we've seen the last day of trial in YS.
What? We've seen the last day.
I talked with longtime Atlanta attorney Joshua Schiffer about the roller coaster of problems the trial has seen, from illnesses to attorneys and jurors being arrested, defendants stabbed, and even a judge being removed.
Between the number of defendants involved and the extraordinary caliber of lawyering that we are all getting to witness, there may be no finer example of aggressive prosecution and defense in the state of Georgia.
Schiffer says District Attorney Willis is for sure feeling the pressure, as she has assured voters she will prosecute. Fox 5 has learned several defense attorneys are working to negotiate plea deals in the case.
Whether Fonnie Willis...
Plea deals? Let me know in the comments if you think anyone should take a plea deal.
Would have the appetite to retry the defendants, whether they can negotiate a resolution with any of the defendants to any of the charges. Each defendant can choose to resolve their case individually without everybody else being involved.
Yeah, right now there are just so many unknown questions right now. So I'm told that things are so tense inside that some defense attorneys don't want to talk to the lead prosecutor, Adrian Love, with the district attorney, without District Attorney Bonnie Willis being involved in those talks.
It's so tense. And they don't want to talk with Love unless Fanny's present? Interesting.
No, according to a defense attorney who told me tomorrow, those negotiations, those talks will continue. We're expecting court to resume Monday morning. Of course, we'll stay on top of this like we have the past year. Outside the Fulton County Courthouse, I'm Eric Perry, Fox 5 News.
All right. So there we have it. The YSL trial. It's coming back Monday. We don't know if they're taking plea deals. They're getting a mistrial. We don't know what's going on. But me personally, I don't think Thug should take a mistrial. I mean, a plea deal. Sorry about that. Or accept the mistrial. Because at this point, the state hasn't proved furtherance. They haven't proved anything, but it's a gang, right? And it's not illegal being a gang. What they proved is people did independent crimes, not crimes in furtherance of an enterprise. They claim it's an enterprise. They haven't claimed any. They haven't produced any evidence to show product of gain, monetary gain, by any of the co-defendants. Everyone says that Young Thug is stingy. They called him a rapper boy. That's not what you call the leader of a gang that's actually violent. No, surely that's not. Then we have Tick. Yeah, the guy. Remember? They got in a little entanglement with the NBA player, and the NBA player was running around, chasing Tick around the neighborhood. Well, what type of violent gang have you ever heard an NBA player allowed to chase around? You feel me? So they haven't really even proven that this gang is effective. See, because everything they say is a crime is committed to in order to, establish the territory and the fear in the people. So we haven't heard anyone being actually really harmed by this gang at this point. Now, at the beginning, they told us, you're going to hear about more of this. You're going to hear about more of that. We still haven't seen it. No. Miss Love, Hilton, the rest of the DA's office, they've been working hard to basically throw a whole bunch of speculation on the table to try to convince a jury to convict these boys. Now, a couple of those boys is facing life. Now, Young Thug hasn't been pointed out as being guilty of doing anything up until this point, but yet we're still watching a trial. So, I don't think they should take plea deals right now. They haven't proven anything. And they've actually established a lot of reasonable doubt. Different motives. They haven't established what motive they want to give us for the Donovan Thomas situation. But they have seemed to mysteriously establish more motives to someone else being responsible. That's odd. Yeah. They have established that it seems like they had it out for Young Thug before Donovan Thomas even happened. Yeah, remember the flying car? And the way mysteriously it was a guy who had a wig on, but not really. But the police wanted us to believe that. And it almost appears that Detective Quinn was using a tactic where he takes the person out to smoke and then they mysteriously come up with what the story will be. And when they come back in, everything goes with the narrative that the police planned. I don't know if you watch, First 48. That seems to be a pretty effective tactic. Is it legal? Like, when he says, I took the guy out for a cigarette and I had the recorder in my lapel, and just had it recording mysteriously. And then when you get back in, the guy had got the story right. But what about the part we don't hear? Because they're off camera now. So, but that's kind of like when they let people go to the bathroom in the interviews with Gaither and Dennis. Remember? But what about Shart's idea of Fulton County Blue and how basically everyone's stories get, basically closer to the police's narrative once they get in Fulton County Blue? Before Fulton County Blue, not so much. Stories don't, the story seems to be not directed towards what the police wanted to be, right? Then once they get in Fulton County Blue, you see what happens. They convince Little Woody and Quindarius Zachary to give them information that was a little bit closer to their narrative that they was pushing. So, we've been here for 150 days. They haven't produced evidence to show us that this is an enterprise. Everyone's broke, y'all. No drug raids, no heavy, investigation into an organization that's, established that they control a prominent part of the city, therefore having proceeds from drugs and other illicit gangs. Where is all of this, y'all? Yeah. Let me know, man. I ain't gonna lie. So besides the riffraff that everybody talking about, the current moment of, they're going to have a mistrial. Should this have ever been a trial in the first place? Or was we just watching a movie, man? Tap the like button, man. Subscribe to the channel if you're not. Leave a comment.